Alright, now that we have our simpler Word document version of the text that we're translating to Braille, we're ready to start prepping the document into what's called dotless Braille, which is simply ASCII characters that represent the 6 cells we want when we put our documents into the Braille font. So just to show you what that looks like, each key on the keyboard corresponds to a different 6 cell. You can find charts like this. I found this one on nationalbraille.org. There's the website right there for you if you want to get a copy of this for yourself. It's really useful to, as you're starting to learn Braille, to know what it is we're translating into. It's a lot to take in. I'm not going to go too much into how to read it exactly in this video. That's not the point of these videos, but just for reference, that's what we're prepping the document for, is these ASCII characters. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my PDF. We don't need that right now, and pull my plain text over here. What we're going to be using is brailletranslator.org. Sorry, I was working on something earlier. Brailletranslator.org, if you type into Google and you just type in Braille Translator, it's the first one that pops up. So brailletranslator.org, really simple, easy to remember. We just want to make sure we are using English grade 2. That's the type of Braille we're going to be using for pretty much anything we're converting. Now, since this is a free online translator, it will only take about 50 lines at a time to convert. So this process takes a little bit to copy paste into this. So what I do is I'll have my Braille translator up, and I have a dual screen, but I'm going to pull this over and condense it for you guys. Bring in a new document. And so that way I have my document I'm copying from, I have the translator in the middle, and then I have the document that I'm pasting my ASCII characters into. So to do that, I usually just count down. 50. I've gotten pretty fast at counting out 50 lines at a time, and then I'll just give myself a little space to know where I was at. So I had all these characters highlighted, copy, and I just come into here and paste. Again, making sure we're in grade 2, start the conversion. Now, with the Braille translator, it gives us 2 different results. It gives us the actual Braille font, and without the Braille font, so that's what we're looking at, those ASCII characters. So I'm just going to take all this, Control A, or Apple A if you're on a Mac, Control C for copy, and then come into my new document and go ahead and paste that all in. Now, since we're just doing the initial conversions, we're not going to worry about exactly what this is. We're still going to have a lot to clean up here as part of the conversions. It's quite a long process, but for now we're just copying and pasting. So again, back to my just plain Word, grab my 50 lines, or you can just kind of estimate. Sure, let's go about here, copy, make sure I give myself some space so I remember where I copied to. I don't want to be copying over the same line a couple times. Paste, convert, and then again copying those ASCII characters, not the Braille font here. So it takes a couple times. It's usually about anywhere from 200 to 500 lines, so it takes a little bit of time. If you are on a computer that has Duxbury, which we have 2 licenses in the office of Duxbury, the process for this is a little faster because we're able to do the whole document at a time as a conversion rather than going through this copy-paste function. But for those of us that are on our home computer or don't have that software, or on a computer that doesn't have the software, this is a useful tool to have. So I'll just finish going through. So just again to tell you how we were doing that, just grab about 50 lines or so because that's all the Braille translator website can handle. You can just kind of estimate. You can count them out if you want. It depends on if you're in the mood to count to 50. Select all to get rid of the old text. Control paste, so your Control V, hit start. Again, we're looking for those ASCII characters. Oh, we took more than 50 lines on that one. If you do take more than 50 lines, you gotta watch out for how far did it copy to. So I'll copy everything that was there. Now, looks like I got to number 18C. So I'm gonna go back to my document. So I only copied a little too much more. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the rest of the document to start. Paste. And again, just making sure we're not adding in more lines or leaving out lines that we want in the program. So since I have number 18 here, so that pound AH4, that tells me number 18. I'm going to go ahead and copy that out and paste. Now that we have all of our ASCII characters copied over, the last thing we need to do is just go ahead and save those. So go up to File, Save As. I'll usually label this something like, so we're in Module 2, Unit 1, initial ASCII conversion. This just helps me keep track of what kind of document I'm looking at here. And now that we have our conversions, we are ready to start looking at the Braille font and cleaning this up a lot because, again, this is a math textbook, so this process is a lot more in-depth than if this was a plain text process, but say for instance, all these number signs, I'm actually going to want to change these back from, so right now it says pound AI, I actually want to change this to number 19. So the I'll be showing a video for how to do that with math, but for the most part with our English humanities, we're pretty much ready to roll and put this into Braille, just checking a couple of different errors, and I'll be showing that in the next video.